Today, let's look at some common English sentences that sound a little unnatural. They are easy mistakes, and fixing them can make your speaking much smoother. First, this sounds a little off. I am boring today. Boring describes someone or something that is not interesting. If you feel uninterested, use bored. This sounds more natural. I'm bored today. I'm bored means you feel bored, and it is the most direct and natural way to say it. Now hear it in a different situation. I'm bored at home. You can add a place after I'm bored to say where you feel bored. Now hear it again in a different sentence. I'm bored after work. You can also use I'm bored with a time phrase to say when you feel bored. Another clean way to say it is, I feel bored today. I feel bored focuses on your feeling, so it sounds slightly more descriptive than I'm bored. Now, use it in another sentence. I feel bored in this class. I feel bored can describe how you feel in a specific situation. Let's use it in one more context. I feel bored on weekends. I feel bored can be used with a time phrase to talk about a feeling you often have. Use boring for a person or thing that is not interesting, and use bored for how you feel. Another one to fix. I very like this coffee. Very does not directly modify the verb like, so very like sounds unnatural in English. This is how people usually say it. I really like this coffee. Really like is a very natural and common way to say you like something a lot. Now use it in another sentence. I really like this tea. Really like can be used naturally with drinks, food, or other things you enjoy. Now hear it again in a different sentence. I really like your idea. Really like also works well when you want to compliment someone's idea or suggestion. This is also a natural way to say it. I like this coffee a lot. In the pattern like, a lot comes after the object and sounds very natural in conversation. Let's try it in a new context. I like this place a lot. Like. A lot is useful when you want to say you enjoy a place very much. This works here too. I like your new bag a lot. Like. A lot also works well when you want to compliment someone's things. To say you like something very much, use really like or like. A lot, not very like. Another phrase to be careful with, I have a meeting in tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning already shows the time, so you usually do not put in before it. This sounds more natural. I have a meeting tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning can go directly at the end of the sentence without a preposition. Here's another way to use it. I have a class tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning can directly show a plan for the next morning. Now try it in another situation. I have an interview tomorrow morning. When tomorrow morning comes at the end, the time information is clear and natural. This one sounds natural too. I have a meeting in the morning tomorrow. In the morning tomorrow is possible, but tomorrow morning is much more common in everyday speech. Now hear it in a different situation. I have a call in the morning tomorrow. You can keep in the morning, but then put tomorrow after it. Here's another context for it. I have a test in the morning tomorrow. In the morning tomorrow can express the idea, but tomorrow morning usually sounds smoother. Do not add in before tomorrow morning. Say, I have a meeting tomorrow morning. Common mistake number 4. Can you borrow me your pen? The problem is, borrow me. In English, borrow means to take something from someone, not to give something to someone. Say it in this more natural way. Can you lend me your pen? Use lend me when you ask someone to give you something for a short time. Let's try it in a new context. Can you lend me your charger? With lend me, you can change the object and still ask for something politely. This works here too. Can you lend me $5? You can also use lend me for money when someone gives it to you for now. This is also a natural way to say it. Can I borrow your pen? Use can I borrow when you are the person who wants to take and use something. Let's try it in a new context. Can I borrow your umbrella? Can I borrow is a natural way to ask someone for something you want to use. Here's one more sentence with it. Can I borrow your notebook? Can I borrow is very common at school, at work, and in daily life. Remember, lend me means someone gives it to you, and can I borrow means you ask to take it. Another one to fix. She is married with a doctor. The problem is married with. In English, the natural phrase is married to when you talk about someone's husband or wife. This version sounds more like everyday English. She is married to a doctor. Use married to when you describe who someone's husband or wife is. Now hear it in a different situation. He is married to a teacher. Married to can be followed by a person or by the person's job. The same idea works in this sentence too. My sister is married to an engineer. Married to is very common when you talk about someone's marriage in daily conversation. You can also swap married with for this. She married a doctor. Use married as a verb when you want to focus on the action of getting married. Let's use it in a different situation. He married his college friend. When married is a verb, put the person directly after it. Let's use it in one more context. My cousin married a nurse. Married can describe the past event of getting married to someone. Remember, use married to for marital status, and use married plus the person for the action. Another version to improve. I went to there yesterday. The problem is to there. In English, there is an adverb of place, so you usually do not put to before it. This is the smoother way to say it. I went there yesterday. Use went there without to because there already shows the destination. Now put it into a new sentence. We went there last night. Went there works with different time words, and the structure stays the same. Here's one more sentence with it. She went there after work. Went there is useful when the place has already been mentioned or is clear. This is also a natural way to say it. I went to that place yesterday. Use went to that place because that place is a noun phrase, so to is natural. Listen to it in another sentence. We went to that place last weekend. Went to that place uses to before the noun phrase that place. The same idea works in this sentence too. I went to that place after lunch. Went to that place is useful when you mean a specific place. Remember, say there without to, but use go to or went to before a noun place. Another example of what not to say. I am agree with you. Agree is already a verb, so we do not say am agree. Just say I agree with you. Use this instead. I agree with you. I agree with you is the simple and natural way to say you have the same opinion. Here's another natural use. I agree with your idea. Agree with can be followed by a person, an idea, or an opinion. Now, hear it again in a different sentence. I agree with him. I agree with him is a natural way to say you support his opinion. Another natural way to say it is, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you sounds stronger than I agree with you. It means you fully share the same opinion. Here's how it works in another sentence. I completely agree with your plan. Completely agree is useful when you want to show strong agreement with a plan or opinion. One more natural use. I completely agree with her. Completely agree with her is a natural way to say you strongly support her opinion. To say you agree, use I agree, not I am agree. Common mistake number 8. He opened the light. Open is usually for doors, windows, or boxes. For lights, say, turn on the light. Use this more natural version. He turned on the light. Turn on the light is the most common everyday way to say someone makes a light start working. Here's another way to use it. Please turn on the light. Please turn on the light is a natural way to ask someone to switch the light on. Now try it in another situation. I turned on the light in the kitchen. Turned on the light in the kitchen clearly tells us which light was switched on. Another clean way to say it is, he switched on the light. Switch on the light also means to turn on a light, and it can slightly focus on using a switch. Now use it in another sentence. Can you switch on the light? Can you switch on the light is a natural and polite way to ask someone to turn the light on. Let's use it in one more context. She switched on the light in her room. Switched on the light in her room naturally describes turning on the light in that room. For lights, say, turn on the light. Do not translate directly and say, open the light. Watch this next sentence. I forgot my phone at home. When you mean the phone is still at home, left my phone at home sounds more natural than forgot my phone at home. This is the cleaner way to say it. I left my phone at home. Left my phone at home means the phone is still at home because you did not bring it with you. Now use it in another sentence. I left my keys at home. Left my keys at home uses the natural pattern, left something at home. Let's try one more situation. She left her wallet at home. Left her wallet at home naturally means she did not bring her wallet with her. This one is natural too. I forgot to bring my phone. Forgot to bring my phone focuses on the action you forgot to do, bringing your phone. Here's how it works in another sentence. I forgot to bring my charger. Forgot to bring my charger follows the pattern, forgot to do something. This works here too. He forgot to bring his notebook. Forgot to bring his notebook clearly says what he forgot to bring. Left something at home focuses on where the item is. Forgot to bring something focuses on the action you forgot. One more thing to watch. How to say this in English. How to say this in English is not a complete question. In conversation, say, how do you say this in English? Try saying it like this. How do you say this in English? How do you say this in English is the most common way to ask someone for the English word or phrase. Here's how it sounds in another context. How do you say this word in English? How do you say this word in English is useful when you want the English word for something? Here's another context for it. How do you say this sentence in English? How do you say this sentence in English is useful when you want to translate a full sentence naturally? You can use this version as well. What do you call this in English? What do you call this in English is natural when you want to know the name of an object or idea. Now hear it in context. What do you call this in English? What do you call this in English works well when you point to an object and ask for its name. Now try it in another situation. What do you call this in Japanese? What do you call this in Japanese keeps the same pattern and changes the language. When asking for an English expression, use the full question, how do you say this in English? Now let's review the natural versions together. Read them out loud and focus on how they sound in real conversation. I'm bored today. I'm bored today. I'm bored today. I'm bored at home. I'm bored at home. I'm bored at home. I'm bored after work. I'm bored after work. I feel bored today. I feel bored today. I feel bored today. I feel bored in this class. I feel bored in this class. I feel bored in this class. I feel bored on weekends. I feel bored on weekends. I feel bored on weekends. I really like this coffee. I really like this coffee. I really like this coffee. I really like this tea. I really like this tea. I really like this tea. I really like your idea. I really like your idea. I really like your idea. I like this coffee a lot. I like this coffee a lot. I like this coffee a lot. I like this place a lot. I like this place a lot. I like this place a lot. I like your new bag a lot. I like your new bag a lot. I like your new bag a lot. I have a meeting tomorrow morning. I have a meeting tomorrow morning. I have a class tomorrow morning. I have a class tomorrow morning. I have a class tomorrow morning. I have an interview tomorrow morning. I have an interview tomorrow morning. I have an interview tomorrow morning. I have a meeting in the morning tomorrow. I have a meeting in the morning tomorrow. I have a call in the morning tomorrow. I have a call in the morning tomorrow. I have a test in the morning tomorrow. I have a test in the morning tomorrow. Can you lend me your pen? Can you lend me your pen? Can you lend me your charger? Can you lend me your charger? Can you lend me $5? Can you lend me $5? Can I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your umbrella? Can I borrow your umbrella? Can I borrow your notebook? Can I borrow your notebook? She is married to a doctor. She is married to a doctor. She is married to a doctor. He is married to a teacher. He is married to a teacher. My sister is married to an engineer. My sister is married to an engineer. My sister is married to an engineer. She married a doctor. She married a doctor. He married his college friend. He married his college friend. He married his college friend. My cousin married a nurse. My cousin married a nurse. My cousin married a nurse. I went there yesterday. I went there yesterday. I went there yesterday. We went there last night. We went there last night. We went there last night. She went there after work. She went there after work. She went there after work. I went to that place yesterday. I went to that place yesterday. I went to that place yesterday. We went to that place last weekend. We went to that place last weekend. We went to that place last weekend. I went to that place after lunch. I went to that place after lunch. I went to that place after lunch. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with your idea. I agree with your idea. I agree with your idea. I agree with him. I agree with him. I agree with him. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with your plan. I completely agree with your plan. I completely agree with your plan. I completely agree with her. I completely agree with her. I completely agree with her. He turned on the light. He turned on the light. He turned on the light. Please turn on the light. Please turn on the light. Please turn on the light. I turned on the light in the kitchen. I turned on the light in the kitchen. I turned on the light in the kitchen. He switched on the light. He switched on the light. He switched on the light. Can you switch on the light? Can you switch on the light? Can you switch on the light? She switched on the light in her room. She switched on the light in her room. She switched on the light in her room. I left my phone at home. I left my phone at home. I left my phone at home. I left my keys at home. I left my keys at home. I left my keys at home. She left her wallet at home. She left her wallet at home. She left her wallet at home. I forgot to bring my phone. I forgot to bring my phone. I forgot to bring my phone. I forgot to bring my charger. I forgot to bring my charger. I forgot to bring my charger. He forgot to bring his notebook. He forgot to bring his notebook. He forgot to bring his notebook. How do you say this in English? How do you say this in English? How do you say this in English? How do you say this word in English? How do you say this word in English? How do you say this word in English? How do you say this sentence in English? How do you say this sentence in English? How do you say this sentence in English? What do you call this 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 in Japanese? What do you call this in Japanese? What do you call this in Japanese?